their software company is Software Solutions, and it's widely used by a lot of municipalities. That particular company is creating, or has created, a conversion program for their users. So that's how they're getting their information. They're working through the software company, and they can pull in the data that's already in their accounting program, put it through the conversion program, and then send it out to that OpenGov company that's then setting it up on the Treasurer State
Are
website.
they paying for that conversion, or is that company?
I asked him
providing
that, and he said they have not charged them at this point for that conversion program. But a lot of companies, I imagine it's in Software Solutions' best interest to do that and offer it because they have an awful lot of users out there.
Right.
So I contacted our software company, which is the Frying Company, to see, I haven't heard back yet, to see if they have done anything or are aware of it. They're a regional firm down by Cincinnati, actually in Kentucky. So I'm waiting to hear back from actually the owner of the company to see if they're going to have anything like that. So I'm staying up to date on it, and I'll keep you posted. And the other thing, Jim, our service director, mentioned to me at the end of the day today, he was the dump truck or the old snow plow that we had out for surplus, and with one of those trucks and some odds and ends smaller equipment, he was able to sell that today for $14,579.99. Yeah, so, and that's all I got.
So I guess we give the $5,000 for the.
Yeah, except, well,
On the Ohio checkbook, and I think we covered this a couple of weeks ago, but do we get frequent requests frequently from people looking for financial information?
it just depends, what will mainly be out there, what this is a venue to do is to put your accounts payable. So it's kind of looking historically at, you'll be able to drill down and see what vendor was paid for what service, or what goods. So I don't know, we get various records requests that some of it might be able to be answered through ohiocheckbook.com, but
If somebody placed a request tomorrow for our accounts payables and the vendors, list of vendors, how long would it take us to reply to them?
a list of vendors, it wouldn't take very long at all. We can pull that right out of our accounts payable system. Probably any of that, it wouldn't take too much. Depends on what they're asking. Our system, that we can generate some reports, kind of limited, but, and now if they ask for a volume of payments to, several vendors, that probably would take us a little bit longer.
And is there any update on House Bill 5? Has that moved along at all?
I've not heard anything else about House Bill 5 at this point. We don't have there's nothing, no discussions about maybe CCA, RETA, the tax collecting agencies are still going to be doing their thing. There's been no discussion about the cost to us, whether that will be increased or not. We're kind of suspecting that, but there's absolutely no discussion or anything that's taken place that's out there to my knowledge.
Then I'll follow up with you tomorrow or next week or so. I'd be interested in what the final cost is of everything too.
Oh, okay.
But there's no, that's blindside.
Thanks, Chris. So moving on, Mayor, for Service Director, any updates?
Everything's business as usual. One thing I'll update on the Cornerstone Market. It's my understanding that the permits have been pulled. They should be contractors for the demolition has been contacted, and so we should see the remains of the building coming down here shortly. And I talked with Larry Bartolome, the owner of the building, and he said that he's in contact with an architect, and I told him that anytime he needs anything, if he hits it's a snag. So does all our building and our plans and that. We will try to make sure that it gets moved on smoothly and quickly. They are very anxious to rebuild. So, one, I guess it's a warning. Police chief is going on vacation next week.
You approve that?
And then the fire chief said he was going to go too.
I don't know if we're going to let him, we don't take any more. Everything's going as usual. We had a good bike school. I don't know how many officers participated in there. It was at least a half dozen, if not 8 to 10 officers from around the area. The bike rodeo is at Kilton tomorrow, I believe, or Thursday.
I had it on 16th.
I had it today. I had it today.
That's
Oh,
morning.
today.
Yeah.
And that, Chief hopes that that's going to be a yearly event. He got a grant for, I believe it was 96 bike helmets that were passed out. Nothing new to report on fire EMS. Business as usual.
Okay, thanks, Mayor. Moving on, reports of committees. We'll start with Community Economic Development. I just got some bullet points I'm going to go through in the essence of time and not wait go over each committee with these points. But first thing I'm going to mention on the trash pickup. Last week I was behind a truck on Oakhurst and slowed down and stayed behind it for about 10 minutes and saw the truck pick up the can and wherever it was, dump the trash and put it back in the same spot where it was for maybe 15 houses. I didn't see any irregularities. He'd done the other side of the street. I talked to a resident, not on Oakhurst, that had a problem, said their can got crushed, and they called, and 2 days later they had a new can. That was the latest that I heard on this trash situation in the community. Ironically, the chief, we're getting smart with our canine. I'm happy to hear that he's going to do the t-shirt. Over the weekend, I've got a relationship with Akron, go back to 1997 with their canine unit. And I always talk about it in these shirts. This is what we did over the weekend. Sold like hotcakes. We did a country musical festival down in Northwest Township, which is near Canal Fulton. Population about 9,000, we're about 5,000. So double our size. They had around 17,000, 18,000 people at the concert. Not one fight that I saw. I was there for 2 nights. They had like Miranda Lambert, some of the biggest names in country music. Brought in a ton of money, $70 to get in Saturday night. They had a deal if you, they got a campground if you stay there for it was Thursday, Friday, Saturday, they give you a break in the price. Bottom line of the story is it's a small community, puts a big event on, brings a ton of money in, and didn't have any problems. I've been going to this for this 4th or 5th year. The second person that bought a shirt from me, of course, I'm not afraid to talk to people. Where are you from? Munroe Falls, husband and wife. This was the second time they were down there and had a nice trip. It was just a good event with these t-shirts. Country music people really appreciate law enforcement, and they sell like hotcakes. We're selling coffee mugs and little stuffed dogs. Long story short, it helps the police department raise a ton of money, several $1,000s over 3 days. So I'll be talking to the chief and giving him some ideas that I saw down there that worked. We talked to Mayor about car shows. I noticed that St. Eugene's has a sign up. Assisted living in Talmadge on the left here, Knowles, has a sign up. They're all having car shows. Maybe we could get something going. with that Triple Crown property or something, have some type of city endorsed car show. I was disappointed. I get a phone call, it was Thursday or Friday, from a friend of mine. I said, hey, you didn't let me know that it's a free day at Munroe Falls Metro Park. You're in government over here. I said, it's a military secret. I'm dealing with the county. I called City Hall. We didn't know anything about that free day, which is unfortunate. It'd been nice to let you had to read it in the Beacon Journal, if you get the Beacon Journal, if you can dig and find the story. They had a nice free day this past Saturday at the park. Kudos to them, but I wish we would have known about it. The flea market that's come up a couple times on North River Road, I stopped at. They had that Saturday and talked to the people running that. I didn't realize some of the money there goes to the Open M in Akron, which is a great group, supplies food for a lot of people in need. And I think they have, she's talking about 6 or 7 different other agencies. They're doing good. They're having another one in July. They're all happy with what the business they're getting there. July 9th, as we talk about this water situation, that's the next date for the Water Consortium. Talmadge, Kent, Streetsboro, several cities are in it. And I'll be going to that meeting with our service director, Jim Bowery, and several of the other communities. I went for the first time a month ago, and they bring their service director, so we're going to get Jim involved with that. On the 9th, we'll be meeting in Kent, and it's like 7 o'clock in the morning. July 4th parade's coming up. I mentioned the chief had said that we were going to have a police vehicle in the parade, and I requested him that I think with 3 newer vehicles and the size of our community that we could at least have 2 vehicles in the parade. Excuse me, I think it would be a nicer showing if possible with all reserves, and he checked and got back and said we will have 2 vehicles in the parade. So from none 2 years ago, we'll have 2 this time. July 1st is the pancake breakfast put on by the Stone Munroe Falls Chamber of Commerce. That's where they present 3 scholarships and Business Person of the Year, Friend of the Community, and several other different awards at 7:30 to 9 a.m. at the Ackermore VFW Post on Fish Creek Road. You have to have a reservation. Anybody interested, let us know. And this Saturday at Lock 3 is their annual Autism Run and Rally. And that's all I have. Any questions? Next Community Economic Development meeting, Tuesday, July 14th at 6:30 p.m.
Jim, I'd like to add that
Sure.
your presence at First United Pulse United Methodist was noted and appreciated, and they actually raised a little over $900, which is an excellent day for them.
Good.
We're very, very grateful for you speaking up and saying hello to them, and also to the city for their help as well. So,
Thanks for that bit. I didn't know that. That's great. One more thing I forgot to add is another thing we had talked about, and several people have approached me, other than River Day, about doing something else, maybe with the parks or across the park. And went to an event Sunday night in Clover Falls, sponsored an event where they had music and food vendor trucks. John, they had 3 or 4 trucks. Unfortunately, the rain hit right, it was 4 to 8 up at Kaiser Park off Bath Road. But they did have a good turnout. It was free. People brought their lawn chairs. The food trucks there. Wanda Hunt, who's well known, I think she's a county worker or city worker, but she's a singer with a band. She was scheduled. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it, but the band showed up and they had somebody else fill in. It was a very nice event, very family, community-oriented, big jazz band. They got through almost the last half an hour and they got washed out. It's something that we had talked about before, about maybe with our parks bringing some, ice cream social or something. And that's all I have. Moving on, finance and audit. Gary.
Thank you. Finance and audit met earlier this evening. It was the marvels of modern technology for the first 15 minutes anyhow. I think we all agree that until we get a little better on this new equipment, that we still aren't copying it all over. We did review check register 5-2C and the bank reconciliation statement, which I normally would motion for its approval, but as it is still not reconciled, I would like to defer that until it is. General fund. We also looked at the general fund revenue and budget statements for the end of April. first, but I'm missing out too, so, if you, I realize, renew, but, whatever it takes to get caught back up and get back on track. We did have a brief discussion on the proposed ordinance 2015-05 and 6. And they were both up for second reading. And the 2015-06 is amended, but that was based upon a conversation we had at our last meeting. So, and Mr. Morrison, you're okay with the verbiage? Okay. And we kind of ended where we had discussion on proposed resolution 2015-19, which is up for first reading this evening. This is a change of appropriations. We have $12,000 for the existing upgrades and $5,000 for the water box replacements. I understand from what Mr. Powers said last week, we may be able to recoup some of this as we are scrapping now. Or is that?
Yeah, and I was gonna say, he said the brass from the meters would probably cover the cost. Probably would cover most of it.
Yeah. And I would wonder if that would be the same thing under section 3 with the $2,000 for the insurance. And
Well,
that's,
the fund, I mean, the balance in that canine fund, those many reports that we get was well over what was appropriated, so, I mean, I'm sure that.
And the balance, the canine report is over $10,000.
Yes.
And I would just note for members of the public, that's donations, that's no taxpayer money. It has to be funded through our general fund, but none of that comes from taxes, it's all donations.
And I talked to the chief about using that fund to provide T-shirts to generate more money for that fund. That always seems the right way to do it. So this was already in the works.
so my next question is, does this need emergency legislation on this?
Well, we prefer to, but,
Those three readings on the links.
Jim's already having to start to replace some of those water boxes. We would like to get the phones taken care of. And as I mentioned, the 14,000 will go back into capital. So, from the sales.
I'm sorry, how am I?
From surplus that Jim sold today.
Oh, from
14,000
trucks,
plus.
gotcha.
It will go back into,
Totally different, yeah.
Mhm, it will go back into capital.
Is there any reason to not?
I would say the only possible reason I'm not saying is if we're all satisfied, we need to do that phone system thing. By all means, pass it, because the other two, it's not, I mean, the water fund, I mean, that's, the brass is going to cover, the truck covered it. If you're okay with the canine, it's money that isn't tax.
It'll bring in.
Well, it's not taxpayer money to begin with, it's money we have in the fund that we never appropriated.
And it'll bring in more money than we're putting out to buy the shirts, because they'll obviously charge more.
But you said the sale from the dump truck will go back into the capital fund, since the capital's funded to the general. I mean, does it go directly to capital? or does
It
that
has to
go
go back into capital, because
Well,
that's
it's-
where the money was spent to purchase the
Okay, I
items
just-
we sold. But the loans come out of capital too, so it kind of takes care of itself.
It's like a wrong, this phone thing we discussed before.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Throw it on.
The other two are kind of a wash, we're seeing them.
Mhm.
It wasn't our money and the police, the canine money, and the other one, the water box, so the grass is going to
Mhm.
bring in money to
Take care of itself.
Okay, so,
Well, the only question, if you said it has to go back into capital, the only concern I would have, and I don't care necessarily. Oh, no, it's all coming out of Jansen. I think it's getting split pretty far, but it's not, so it's not an issue.
so we can go ahead and pass that as an emergency legislation this evening.
Yeah, I mean,
And I might have missed it, but did the ETA when the phone was installed after we approved that?
I think he said within a month. At the most.
I just think the sooner we get that fixed, so we can get to it one person.
And I mean, will we have notification downtime? The city will be having downtime.
I don't, well, maybe, he didn't really,
Quick swap.
yeah, I don't remember asking that specifically, but it didn't come up as an issue too, where he said, will not be aware that
levy. And we do have fun Tuesdays this month. You're okay with that?
Want to go?
Fifth Tuesday,
Yeah, the third.
I'm okay with that.
So we can together. I prefer it to be 7.
I would prefer 7.
Yeah.
Seventh.
So the 30th, 7.
I would ask any members of the public, please attend. If you're, spread the word. We're looking for your input.
Are you making a motion to have a special council meeting on the 30th, at 7 o'clock?
Is it a committee meeting or?
Council meeting?
I don't think it's a council meeting.
It's a
Committee.
committee, it can be a committee meeting.
Workshop.
Yeah.
Workshop, whatever you want to call it. It's not an official council meeting, we're not going to vote on it.
Okay, so it'll just be a workshop.
Committee of the whole workshop.
So workshop June 30th, 7 o'clock.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do we need to vote on that?
No,
I don't think so.
you are the chair of the committee, you can call a meeting of the committee.
We'll post it.
Thank you. And then our next finance and audit meeting will be the 30th, well, workshop will be the 30th of June, and then our next regular meeting will be Tuesday, July 7th at 6:30.
Okay, thanks, Gary. Moving on, general government services, Steve.
Yes, General Government Services met last Tuesday. Everybody was here, we started at 6:52 PM. Chief Bowery reviewed his report. Just highlights for those of members of the public may not have been here, we've received the 2 new dump trucks. They've done some street striping, they've advertised for some paving of water lines and game drive between Northmoreland and the city of Copper Falls, to the north of the game. They're doing the water meter replacement, and as of the time of this report, 301 meters have been installed. And then he's done some catch basins and some other things. Beyond that, Chief reported that we had received, well, for North River Road, our out-of-pocket after the first set of reimbursements was $11,590. We got a 75% state EMA grant for that, so the bottom line, we ended up $2,300 out of pocket for everything we spent on North River Road, the washout and all that. And he was able, included in that was some of the city of Stowe's labor costs and things, so whatever we could do to help them for their fine help for us, we did. Mentioned the Castle and Gate water line will improve fire flow. He did mention the brass sail from the old water valves would probably cover most, if not all, the cost of the appropriation increase that he was asking for tonight. Talked about the phone system, and we had a fairly lengthy discussion about flooding in various parts of the city that we've talked about already. And meeting adjourned. There was also a discussion about Silver Valley condo area flooding, and one of the issues there is it's all private property. Anyway, meeting adjourned at 7:35, and our next meeting will be July 14th at 6:30 PM, and that's all I have unless there's questions.
Questions? Okay, moving on, public safety, Councilman Barnes.
Yes, public safety met last week under the able guidance of co-chairman Sam Busick. Unless there's questions or Mr. Busick has anything to add, the chief's reports are available and read up and complete with the written questions. That is, Sam, you have anything to add to?
That was basically business as usual.
Just, and for all committee, especially police and fire and even road department, I would ask maybe for the meeting, second meeting of the month, if you have copies of those available for the public.
Good.
Out there to be, for them to read, because we're trying to just, instead of repeating everything we talked
I know,
about
it's
that night.
nice. It's, we
Uh,
12
I think
pages.
it'd be a good thing to have those out there for them, so.
With the burden of Tammy to put it in minutes when it's already been.
Right. But if you have it on there,
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's fine if Chris
and
would do
get
it.
handled, Chris.
July 14th at 6:30 PM. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, next meeting is July 14th at 6:30 PM. And if there are any questions or comments, we'll move on.
Okay, thanks, Mike. Planning Commission? Gary?
The Planning Commission has not met since our last meeting, and they will be meeting next week, Tuesday, June 7 PM. I am not aware of anything on the agenda at this point in time. I am sure we will have a discussion about signage, but again, I think we had tabled the change on the ordinance for 2015-02 till tonight. I was kind of hoping some other dialogue.
I think we tabled it
So,
until
so
July.
first week in July, so first.
Oh, it's in July?
Yeah,
Okay,
July.
July, I'm just looking at that.
It's July.
All right. That's all.
We did that, if you remember, because planning commission was not meeting.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Gary. Park and Recreation, Mr. Busick?
Yes, Park Board met on Thursday, June the 4th. There was a review of this year's River Day. Based upon some additional information we received, it looks like the attendance was over 1,000, which would make it the best River Day ever. One of the indicators of that attendance was there was a vendor who was made and handed out wooden stars, so we had exactly 1,000. And there's still more folks around than that, so a very, very good turnout. Briefly went over the good and the bad, and the good, a lot of folks liked where the music was this year, away from the tent, so the folks in the tent could hear, but yet still you could hear it from across the river. The folks liked having the tables and the food over on the south side. The food truck, Betty's Bomb Ass Burgers, was sold out by 2:30. She's looking forward to coming back next year, and her whether she did bring enough fixings for more, but she'll remember that next year. The Society for Creative Anachronisms was very happy with their setup, and they're enthused to return next year as well. It was felt that the north abutment, where we've tried to have a number of things in the past, but has been severely limited by the flood damage from last year. This year, the only thing was down over the cannons, and they did not have a lot of attendance because a lot of folks just didn't know they were down there. So the idea was next year we move the cannons across 91 to the fire station, which Chief Chafe has given his blessing to, and that allow folks to see the cannons from 91 and perhaps bring in even more folks. Some folks who attended wish that there was some kind of covering over the picnic table since it was a warm day until it rained. And also some attendees were looking for more variety and exhibitors, which the park board will go address next year. But altogether, an excellent day. In keeping with River Day tradition, it did rain, but late in the day. And luckily, we had a brand new tent thanks to Park Board member J.J. Nesco-Kiddick, so everyone in the tent stayed dry. So that was another welcome change from years past. They then moved on to the ice cream social, which is scheduled for July 19th from 3 to 6 p.m. at Guys Park. The band is in place. Because we lost our frozen yogurt vendor here in town, we'll probably be going back to the Dairy Queen in the falls for the ice cream this year. And hopefully a lot of folks will have good weather and folks will come out and enjoy that. Next, park board meeting is normally scheduled for Thursday, July 2nd. However, because it's right in front of the holiday, the park board voted to move that to July 9th at 7 p.m. in your house. So Ms. Burns, if you would like to make any notifications for that. And that concludes my